Shif Ali Shah, its founder director. At AHEAR Foundation, we work with infants and babies who are born with a hearing loss. And we teach them to listen and talk. And I repeat, to listen so that they can then take their place alongside their hearing friends of the same age as they are in regular school and learn and play with them. At the end of this presentation, you will have a clear idea of what it means to have a hearing loss, how AHEAR Foundation is uniquely poised to address this issue, and how, with your support, we can make an exponential change in the future of the lives of these children. Sadly, learning to listen and talk is not an option for many children in this country who are born deaf. And we have 100,000 infants and babies who are born with hearing difficulty in this country every year. This is their reality. So, at the cost of sounding like President Lincoln in the movie, I have a story. And this is the story. This gentleman here is deaf-mute. Under a government scheme, he earns between 8 to 10,000 rupees a month in the city of Mumbai, which is very little. You've heard his wife. The only reason they can actually keep their heads above water and stay out of the slums is because they live with her family. And yet, this family has chosen to change the future of their son. Again, this is a man who does not have the skill sets to really go beyond that 8 to 10,000 rupees a month. So he's like plateaued at that level. And yet they had the strength to take this brave decision. Their son had the benefit of being identified early and the help of AHEAR Foundation. Divyesh now attends the Balmohan Vidyalaya school, which is the school he would have attended had he had typical hearing. So let's take a listen. स्वतः वाचतोस? हां. पुस्तक तू स्वतः वाचायला लागले?
जास्त अवघड नाही वाचत. थोडे थोडे गायींनी त्या मुलाला शिंगाने मारलो. दोघ जण बदकांनी बघावता त्यांना मासा पकडला त्यांनी मग दोघांना मी पहिल्यांदा पकडला बघा म्हणाला मी पहिल्यांदा.
So even if you don't follow the language, you can tell by the clarity of his voice and the fluency as he recounts this story that he's read, that his is a life of different opportunity. This boy, like other children at AHEAR Foundation, will go on to have a college education. And let's be conservative, he would probably end up earning about 30,000 a month. He would have a good chance of doing that. So the incremental lifetime earning of this child is at a conservative estimate about 50 to 60 lakhs. So 50 to 60 lakhs versus his father, who is under a lakh a year for life. That is the change that AHEAR Foundation brings about. What are our services? Oh, but before I go on to that, so much of the economics of it. Let's go on to the science of it. So if I were to ask you, what aspect of your body do you associate with hearing loss? What would you say? Any guesses? Any guesses? Ears? Anyone else? Well, actually, it's the brain. It's the brain. And that's what makes hearing loss such an issue that needs urgent attention. We hear with our ears, we detect sound with our ears, but we understand what we've heard. We understand what is said to us at the level of the brain and the connection between these two. Now you have a child who's born with a hearing loss. He needs a hearing device, and that can be either a hearing aid or a cochlear implant. But he also needs the benefit of early and specialized care, and that's what we call early intervention. If you have just the hearing device, yes, this child can hear. but he will not be able to understand what is said to him. He will not be able to participate in the fullness of society. How do we do this? We are talking about children, infants and babies who have a profound hearing loss. That means they hear only very, very loud sounds. Jet engines, firecrackers, the drum, that's it. Now, we take this child, we diagnose them in the first year of life, and yes, it does cost a lakh of rupees over 3 years of treatment, if you want to call it. Not that the loss goes away, but specialized care. But what you have at the end of those 3 years is a child whose development matches typical hearing. You delay that a year, the cost goes up a little bit, but the early intervention then takes another year. So we're talking about now 4 years of care. And there is a slight developmental lag of a year and a half. We delay that by another year, the cost has doubled. There is now a permanent delay. 5 years, quadrupled. This child will need special services for life, tutoring for life, and he will need vocational training, book binding, stuff like that as a career option. And beyond that, well, how do you compute the cost? You are talking about lifetime care. And that, at a conservative estimate, according to studies done in America, is 1 million per lifetime, per child. That's why we need Eye Hear Foundation's work, and we get in there in those first 2 years. So our target audience is very clear, it is very specific. And this is not because I say so, this is because of international protocol and what the research is telling us. 4 services we have at Eye Hear Foundation. One is screening for infants below 6 months. Early intervention, where we measure hearing loss, we do therapy, we offer counseling. Below 2 years, I'm talking about entry point into the program. We also train professionals, which is a teacher training course that I want to talk about with you later. And for families who don't have access to centers such as ours, we have publications. And this is a set of 2 DVDs and a manual that we brought out and distributed to parents free of cost across India. Sorry. What are our biggest challenges? Low awareness of hearing loss in this country, even in Mumbai. Low awareness means that parents and professionals have low expectations of children who are deaf. And in terms of training, training in India today is not an investment as yet. So sourcing these teachers and getting them and convincing them to come is a challenge. The opportunities are huge. With your help, by 2016, we will be screening 2,000 newborns in hospitals and reaching out to 1,500 deaf babies and children across the country by training 50 teachers. Are we solving the issue? No, certainly not. We're not even pretending to. But what we're putting in place is a standard of treatment that can then become adopted across the country. How do we do this? What does Eye Hear Foundation bring to the table? I think the best strength we have is our trained staff. Our staff is trained to work and deal with infants and babies. I am an LSLS Cert AVT, which is an international qualification. That means I'm trained to teach babies to listen and talk. And that's a rarity because sadly at this point I'm the only one in this country so qualified. We have sound-treated premises and very state-of-the-art equipment, again, which is a rarity. As I said earlier, we have a very clear, specific focus, that is the identification and management of infants and babies born with a hearing loss under 2. It's important to understand at this point that our work is individualized. It is high touch. I've already said before that it takes 3 to 4 years, and yes, it is expensive. But as I say again, an investment of 1 lakh will create an incremental lifetime earning of 50 to 60 lakhs. And yes, we do need our parents to be literate because we work intensively with them. So typically our client base is the higher end of the lower middle class to the low end of the low middle class. So it's the low to middle income group that we deal with. I've already discussed our activities. We take the measurement of data seriously, and we are in the process of making our data HIPAA compliant. And we use international standardized tests. And I'll just show you, and these are normed across 10,000 hearing children. That's the important thing, hearing children across the world. And you're talking about audition, cognition, language, speech, communication. So we assess our children annually, each of them. And that again is international protocol. As I said, with your support, we will reach out to 1,500 children, and we will be training face-to-face and through technology, and more of that later. We have a very intricate professional partnership in place. We work with the ENT teams at the Hinduja, Kambala and Saifi hospitals. We have excellent relationships with manufacturers of hearing aids and cochlear implants. Cochlear, the one in yellow, is the leading manufacturer of cochlear implants in the world. It's an Australian company, and they are coming to us, and we're talking about doing some research studies for presentation. We are a member of the A.G. Bell Academy in America, and we were set up in 2004-05 with the Rotary Club in Bombay, and we are a member of the Dasra family, Give India, and the Vodafone Foundation. Now, what it means for us to be a member of the A.G. Bell Academy is that we are members of the international community of professionals who are working in this field. And my licensing needs renewal every 2 years. And to do so, I need to comply with international protocol at our center. So that's like a due diligence in itself. Our teacher training model is something that we have actually pioneered. It is accredited by the Rehabilitation Council of India, which is the licensing authority in this country, and it has international accreditation by the A.G. Bell Academy. And it is the only training course in this country so far that actually, in our field, that has international accreditation. Some learnings from this training is that all our students report a significant increase in skills and knowledge, and that is the issue. You have two situations. Either you get these children too late in terms of being able to get them up to matching development, or you have a situation where parents do take this child to a professional, and the professional does not have the skills to deal with this infant. So this addressed that issue, and interestingly, 63% of them conducted parent workshops. Well, you'll say big deal. The point is, before the training, they never did. 25% of them have started using the international assessments, but most importantly, all of them continued in the profession, as opposed to government records that BA and MA programs across their spectrum of training, less than 10% of their trainees continue in the field. So all this money being pumped in to people who go out and do something else later. Our impact, we've worked with over 90 families, and 75% of these children have age-appropriate development. 21, that means that they study in regular school with children their age. 21% in regular school, but a little old for their class because of developmental difficulties. And 4% who we were unable to convince of our guidance, and so they remain out of the schooling system. We are consultants to the RCI, and I have recently contributed to a book that is, it's an international collaboration called the 101 FAQs on Auditory Verbal Therapy, which is to be released in July by the A.G. Bell Academy. And the editor, according to the editor, it is to be the definitive work in our field for the next 5 years. Let's look at the costs. As I said, we will, with your support, go up to screening 2,000 infants in hospitals, and the cost comes down by 18%. It's page 49. In early intervention, we will have doubled, and you might think that 32 is a small number, but you're talking about very specialized care, and in world terms, that is big in one place. But the most significant change is in the teacher training program, where by reaching out to 50, our cost comes down by 73%. Can I do that late? Okay, sure. Um, we need a total of 1 crore 10 over 3 years, and this is going to help us fund, be self-sufficient to the extent of 43% overall programs at an average rate. Because of the differences in our services, we really don't see that as changing much. Now, you may be surprised, but it is the newborn screening that needs to be fully funded. Everyone wants the service. No one wants to pay for it. And I'm talking about KEM Hospital in Mumbai, which is funded by the municipal corporation, very well endowed. We will be 68% efficient and self-sustaining in early intervention. But the most significant thing is that in teacher training, we will be able to raise 71% of our revenues. For those of you interested in project-wise funding, we would need 27 lakhs for teacher training, 20 lakhs for early intervention, and 63 for newborn screening. Well, you can just choose not to do anything about it. And in that case, it's $1 million per child for life. And for those, well, this would not be possible without our board and our team. And our board is diverse, and it is wise because it allows the professional practice to be left to us. Having a diverse team like this, multidisciplinary, collaborative, is not common in our field in India. And our strength is that yes, we focus on the deafness, but more importantly, we focus on the whole child. And for those of you who need more convincing, have a listen to this couple.
Physiotherapist was the worst because she said that this child should not have been born, he should have been dead, and that was really very hard.
So let's have a look at this child who was, according to professionals, better off dead. 1 minute. Athar Dawar came to us at the age of 6 months. He has rubella, which means that he has a hearing loss, he has a cardiac involvement, and he has difficulty with vision. He was operated with open heart surgery at the age of 4. Have a listen, because what's important is that this child was educated in English. He taught himself Hindi, because that's the language of his family, because he was taught to listen.
घर पहुंच के क्या करोगे आप?
खेलूंगा नीनू के साथ।
नीनू तो कौन है?
नीनू मेरी पेट डॉग,
He's your pet dog.
जानवर।
Oh sweet.
नॉट स्वीट, वो हमेशा सब जब कोई आता है ना
आपके जैसे?
तो वो बार्किंग करके सबको काटती है।
So with that, I leave you with a final reminder. An investment of 1 lakh over 3 years in early intervention per baby yields an incremental lifetime earning of 50 to 60 lakhs. Help us at Our Foundation and spread the word. Thank you.